Oh, thank goodness it didn't go straight on. Oh, my high heart rate there is, I was rushing about getting stuff ready, but it's, the heart rate, the Wahoo Tickr fit I wear on my arm, it sometimes does that before a race, or before a ride. Sometimes it's not even on my arm, and Zwift is reading like 150 beats a minute, so obviously the air around me is electrified. Whew. Good morning everybody, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. Kind of been forced inside this weekend. No biggie. I just need a new chain on my Factor LS on my training bike. So it's with the mechanic currently, and also new brake pads and things. So it's had a bit of a tune-up. Obviously, when I ride as much as I do in the winter, it's gonna start to deteriorate. So forced inside. It was just as well anyway because the weather. It's pretty treacherous outside, and not many people will be out. So rather than riding on my own outside, I am here. Not that I would be outside anyway, because of our bike, but we are here. The tiny races. There's some on all day, aren't they like separated? Some on this morning, some on this afternoon, some on this evening, I think. Trouble is with those short ones is they're just extremely hard at the start. Well, extremely hard all the way through. At least with these. Like now I've had zero warm-up. I've got an excuse to use this first bit as a leg opener. Get my heart rate up. And the energy system's working. I just love the long races. As I was saying the other night. Just gives you something to chew. There's Phil. Morning, Phil. A blizzard. Got it worse than me. I haven't looked at the backpedal race tomorrow. I haven't seen it, so I'm unsure. As I say, I'm likely to choose the longer ones because of where I am currently, but I haven't even looked yet. So I'm terrible at like picking races or rides in general. It's very last minute. Oh, good morning, Laura. Morning. And Phil. Morning. This is today's Saturday. Hope everyone's had a good week. Me and Charlie had a date night last night. We went to the climbing hangar in Swansea. Did some bouldering, which we haven't done in years. Gonna try and go back there about twice a month. So much fun. I made some strides in the gym on Wednesday evening. A lot of barbell work, and this time I wasn't just picking up the barbell, which is 15 kilos. I actually added weight to it, and we're now picking up about 20-25 kilos for the exercises that change every week, because it's a class. It's not an actual like structured week in week out, build, I suppose you can call it. It's more of like, it's more of a mishmash of exercises. So that's the first time I've added weight to the bar, so we're making obviously some gains with a Z. Funny enough, I tell you what is a bit, not my arms, because we were doing all sort of we were doing deadlift. As I'm terrible with the names of things. Like I'm very problem is I'm very visual. I'm not very good at like describing it without. So basically, bar on the floor, deadlift to hips, thrust, and then what do we do that? Oh, straight overhead press. So it was like, I suppose it was a bit like a thrust to the shoulders. It was all one movement virtually. So it was like it's only 25 kilos for that, which is almost like half my body weight, which is a bit nuts. Power cleans, that's the one. Do a collab with Eddie Hall. See Eddie Hall trying to pick up that dumbbell, the impossible dumbbell or whatever it's called. And it's like got massive, like the grip on it is an all important thing. It's crazy. World's strongest man. Watch out. Oh, Michael. That is crazy. Go get after it. Yep, we got our first hill. Try and produce all of my power as late as possible on this bit. So I'll just ride with the blob and then snap. Now wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Unless nobody accelerates. And here. Lovely. Hey, thank you, Steve. Vicky, thank you. It's real, actually, talking about those power cleans. It's Nick, who owns the gym. It's a very small warehouse type gym. It's very like broad gym, but I mean that in the nicest possible way. It's an incredible setup, and Nick, the personal trainer, knows what I do, and he always says, like, you're the type of person, as with a lot of us cyclists, in terms of like a power clean, for example, the deadlift portion, I could lift much heavier than the 20-25 I was lifting, but then once you get it up to your shoulders and then you overhead, that's the hardest bit, because you almost want to be able to do like 40 kilo deadlift, and then overhead you almost want it to be like 10 kilos, like it, because your strength ratio between your upper body and lower body is not equal. Well, I know it's not equal for everybody really, but it's like in cyclists particularly, it's very, the gap is very real. I'm going to get back to the vlogs and stuff now, because the last couple of weeks, with the things that have been going off on, the Battle Royale on Sacalobra, I had to plug a hole in my content ideas there by doing that video, and then the coffee videos, which have pretty much like got the channel bogged down in terms of views, really halted the momentum. I won't talk YouTube much, but it's like Tom Pitt got creative momentum for the channel, and then I just stalled it by putting up those coffee videos, which unfortunately I told them I was going to put out over Christmas. So there we are. Can't do anything about that. It is what it is. So we're going to get back into the normal routine and start documenting what I'm doing a bit. So the last this last session in the gym, I'm definitely sore from it, but it's never the next day. It's always 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 days afterwards I'm still sore. Not so much the last couple of weeks, because I haven't really been lifting anything that's been outside my comfort zone. I've just been concentrating on what I can lift and focusing on that form. But now I'm getting to the point where I've got the form, I just now need to lift a little bit heavier, commit to it, because it is scary, like, especially when you're not used to it. So that's where we're at now, really. So I'll definitely talk about what I'm doing in the gym and get back to those gritty and grimy videos of just showing you what's up on our way to hopefully whatever we plan this year. Yeah, is the benefit going overhead for you, or do you just enjoy it? Well, like I said, I'm not doing anything structured. I'm following what a personal trainer is doing for a class. So I'm just part of a class of people who aren't like, you know, athletes. Well, there's a couple of rugby players, to be fair. But we're not doing anything like super structured towards a sport. We're just doing things for, you know, all around good stuff, like. But yeah, I will have to get more specific, certainly. But it feels good. You know, the overhead stuff, at least. You know, it's almost like if you look at zone 1, zone 2 training, classic 5 or 6 zone power training on zones on cycling. You know, you've got to think of it not just as like, it's not just an arm and shoulder workout when you're going overhead. It's core, it's stability. So it's not as simple as, you know, it's not one-dimensional then. So it's certainly helping, like, core-wise, without me having to actually do any core, which is kind of nice. Hey, you've had a good time out there, I hope, Bert. Bert's been skiing. Nice one, OJ. Bit of motivation for you. Good morning, Ian. How do? Anyway, everyone ready for ZRL? Yeah. Funny enough, you're right on the money there, Jesse. He often says, you know, use your legs for the explosiveness of movement. So yeah, it's certainly, I guess in isolation, I suppose it would just be even try. How's things in Oz? A couple of years ago, I would have been in Australia this time of year, and when we've had like 4 days of straight rain and wind, I remember why it was so good. Good coffee and great cycling conditions. We have to use the ride at like 6 in the morning. Got to admire the commitment of Australian cyclists, I've got to be honest. Like, I know it's a little bit easier when the weather's good, but I remember meeting the Bunchy, and it would be very early in the morning, you know, sunrise, heading out. Yeah, I'm following it, Troy. I saw the crit yesterday. So Brendan Jones is successful at the Beic crits again. Such a strong sprinter. I was teammates with him a couple of years ago. Oh, Albertville, cool. Yeah. Oh, 4:30 a.m. That's like my kind of sunrise. That if I could be up at 4:30 with the sun, that would be awesome. Anyone follow the cycling tattooist? He was out in Australia not so long ago. Gonna stretch out a bit like the saddle. I imagine the group will split up here, but no idea by how much. Wow, petit salmon, nice. I have seen the new point system, yes. Will it work? Well, cycling tattoo is just rode for a whole year every day. Why did I miss that? Oh, try it. It's not easy. Well, at the end of the day, if you I would say the vast majority of, I don't really know how to group them as a name, but like, yeah, vast majority of like races, should we say? I don't know, like top races. I don't know how to group them and give them a word, but they certainly head off to Mallorca or, you know, Alicante or somewhere for at least a week. I mean, at the end of the day, I suppose you've got Zwift, but, you know, nothing beats getting out there, I suppose. But yeah. It's very hard to train. Like, if you want to train over 20 hours in the UK winter, it's flipping hard, like, because it's not just the weather, like, on your body, it's, you know, constantly having wet kit, and like, riding with mud guards, washing your bike. Which channels do you guys watch then? Cycling YouTubers, because it does tell me sometimes, like if I watch one of his videos, it does say Ed Laverack reviewers, watch this channel. So I suppose who do you watch and why? Because I often wonder why. Oh, I don't know why people watch this channel. The thing is, we all do. All cycling YouTubers, I imagine, would ask, why do people watch this channel over someone else's? Oh, I can't go out without gloves. I suppose my biggest fear with my channel is people only watch it for the performances, and like the coffee one is an example, but you know, like even general vlogs, they're not consistent views, which kind of shows how the difference between like me doing a KOM that just makes me worry. And it makes me worry the most in the winter when I know I can't do it because, you know, either because I'm not fit enough or it's such a balance, like, you know, because to maintain, for me to maintain like a KOM level performance, or even just like my peak level, like it's not easy to maintain. It's not easy to get there either, but it stresses me out in the winter when, you know, I know for sure I can't do that level, and you know, it shows them. It's winter's always a difficult time for me anyway. Thank you, Martin. I'm conscious. I like that. I love that. I love that people love the live streams. Live streams certainly not dead, because you know, you can never get enough of that, you know, human interaction. Especially when my job, I suppose, I'm either sat behind a computer screen or I'm out on the bike, and only sometimes I ride with people, and most of the time on my own. And so it becomes quite like a, you know, some days when I'm at home and Charlie's at work, you know, maybe I go like a whole day without talking to anybody. And I'm conscious a little bit that's probably not the healthiest way to live your life, but these live streams provide a bit of an outlet for, well, basically for someone me to talk to. As sad as that might sound. Chris Miller, Jesse Coyle. I do, it's intermittent. I do watch. Thank you, John. It's yeah, it's a long tightrope to walk, that one. As in, you know, you've got to see so far in the future, and as you say, the journey needs to be shown on this channel. But I think I think not because of the performances. I think sharing the journey just benefits everybody. If you succeed or if you fail, it benefits everybody in some way. Because they either point and laugh at you that you failed, so it provides them with entertainment. But also, you never win from your successes. You never learn from your successes. You always learn from your failures. Yeah, there's a heck of a lot of truth in that. Yeah, and we've got the final round of the Welsh Cyclocross League is like a weekend before the World Cyclocross Championships. So yeah, maybe the timing is quite good. Thank you, Kyle. Shout out. No purple cow. We need to apply it this end, so it doesn't do it automatically. As in when you buy it. I have to upload it for you. Oh, I send it to you. Morning, thank you. Good job, Phil. Is still in there, buddy. Well done. Nice group for you to surf in. Recharge. Well, I entered my first event the other day as well. I give you a clue as to what it is. It's not an uphill race. So it's already lost viewers. Do you know what it is, I think, as a YouTuber? Sometimes you find yourself being torn between pandering to the algorithm and always doing more of what people are watching, which can be great for views but also like really like hard to accomplish, or just following your own path and just letting the universe decide who watches it and who doesn't. I'm always torn between the two, and I know deep down when I look back on it, doing what I want to do is going to be more fulfilling than doing what everybody wants me to do, because there's no way I can actually do what everybody wants me to do. But it's, although I say that, it's still like that devil and the angel on your shoulder. It's like, there's only so much you can do, Ed, especially when you're talking about performances. You know, like when you're trying to maintain peak form. Like the ideal situation would be like if I hit peak form, for example, like Sacalobra form, I would then have a 4-week window where I would just drive around Europe and just try and get as many adventures in that require that fitness as possible, because I wouldn't be able to maintain it forever. Oh, Scott, there's no rivers or streams today. Did you see the last video? Rivers everywhere. Yeah, the water was freezing, but it was only cold when you got out of it. My favourite bit was where M was just in front of me, and he was like, I want to ride through this bit, but I can't actually see, like the water's so like murky, I don't know where the deepest part is. And so he was like, do I ride to the left or to the right, or straight to the middle? And I was like, go left, and then when you pass the corner, turn right. And he nearly crashed. That 25-minute section of river, I don't think I've laughed so much on a ride in a long time. So good for your head, like. But that was like 20 minutes, 25 minutes out of a 4-hour ride. And we weren't in water the whole time. Yeah, but I wasn't anyway, because I've got electronic gears and I didn't want to risk going into water. And a power meter actually. So I rode some of it. What I could see was shallow. But then I jumped off on foot. I'm sensible, see. Wearing my shake dry off road. Well, I've got to say dry somehow, right? Doesn't matter if I rip it, I'll just buy another one. Although they are going out of, they are still making them, but yeah, at the end of the day, I've got to wear it to keep dry. To be fair, M has worn his shake dry on a few of those grounds, right? And he's fallen. But he's fallen, like, stood still, like he's just collapsed off his bike. Rather than, like, you know, slapping off on like a fast section. I know people have told me like, don't crash in it because it just rips to shreds, but at the end of the day, you've got to wear it, haven't you? I think I would be more worried about myself and my bike than my Gore jacket ripping. So far, Rick. So far. Morning, Vaughn. Good to see you back, bud. I think we do the cliffside loop now, don't we? Nice to loop this, I like this. I like this route. So keeping on the theme of YouTube a little bit. So we've got like still a good month or two of winter type riding. Specifically indoors and out. So let me tell you what I'm going to be doing, and then see if you can come up with anything that you want to see in amongst it. So over this coming 2 months, we've got an Amp to Zwift effort, flat out. We've got a Ventop effort, flat out. We've got, in a couple of weeks' time, the final round of the Welsh Cyclocross League. We've got the ZRL racing on Zwift every Tuesday night. And we've also got Battle on the Beach. Yes, 1,000 riders over a 28-mile course roughly, which is like a beach race. 5 miles down a beach, turn 5 miles through some sand and some dunes. Very big prize money. Some big Belgian riders coming over to smash us to bits. All of that good stuff. That's in March though. But over the next coming months, we have all this coming. So plenty of stuff to do. Definitely want to show the gym, or talk about what I'm doing in the gym, because that suits a lot of you. I know lots of you have expressed how nervous you are sometimes going to the gym, because you don't always know what to do, where to start. And also how it actually impacts your performance. Like, definitely feel like I'm getting a decent use out of it. Nice and Alan, also known as Nico. See you on the hills. Alright, Tobias. Yeah, that's everyone. A lot's on. Nice way to start the year. A little bit of sand riding. Okay, how is this going to go down? Nice polarized ride. 888. Good position in that, Phil. Good job. Giving yourself the best chance now. Maybe Martin, yeah. Go on, Phil, go on. Loads of riders behind you still, so making a selection. Nice. Good job, Phil. Not today, James. As much fun as it is. Hey, thank you, Matt. Thanks for commenting. Thank you. Thanks for the ride on, Ruben. So a fairly big group. Morning, Michael. How are you doing? Good chance for a small attacker. Are the group slowing down as much as that? Not that we will. I'm not that daft. 65 kilometers to go. Although it has been known. I'm not quite there yet. I'm glad a local Welsh person has commented on that video actually. Some people might have thought that we'd deliberately found like a deep puddle to ride in. But no, we'd actually found an authentic puddle. Can't super tuck, but still use it to reveal a bit. Oh, maybe I can super tuck. Not quite. Mistimed. Good morning, Tommy. Well done, Phil, well done. Come on, Wahoo, we need to send Phil a headwind. With my office desk here that goes up and down with a touch of a button, at least I can choose to have no fan. If I load the desk far enough, it blocks the fan. But then I have a straight line of sight to the TV. But then also if I want more fan, I just raise the table, but then I can't see the TV. Well, I can, but I have to raise my neck. Oh, yeah, I can imagine Emma. Not been there in a while. I think it takes in a reverse. No, it takes in. Is it the epic? I was going to say the reverse epic, but the final hill, that is, Mike. Yeah, that's me, Neil. Hey Nigel, don't forget, I'm level 54. So, a lot of cycling is required to get to the Tron. But you'll get that. It won't take you to level 54, but oh, does it finish on the radio tower? Now's a good time to fill up. Oh no. Ooh. Right, to keep things clean, Keith, mount a GoPro under your bike computer if you can, which you would need to buy a new computer mount for. Keith is off to Mallorca soon, cycling in April. First ever trip to Mallorca. I'll have a back pedal trip there soon. Thumbs up in the chat if you want that. I'll book us a 12 room house and we can all stay in it. Hey Vidar, thank you. Thank you, Emma. Plenty of Welshies. We can have a hill climb prep trip. Go in September. Start September. I think he's talking about my York Am. Tips are PRL full. Well, I try and ride in a group if I were you. And you know, a ride as long as that. You want to ride as hard as you can in the first few laps. Hard, but not hard, but not so hard so that you blow up in the final few laps. So you want to ride virtually on your hard limit for the first few laps. You don't want to go over it if you're going for your best time. Okay, it's all kicking off now, so I can't really talk. Okay, it's breaking up. It's easy up, Phil. Go on. Pace has come out of it. Solid. Sometimes, even if you're on the limit, it can be worth just burning a massive match to close that final 5 metre gap, 10 metre gap, to get with the blob. Because if you get with the blob, you don't end up like 2 riders back there, where you're in a sort of no man's land. Sometimes, even if you're on the absolute limit, just like in outdoor racing, when the situation becomes almost unsalvageable, it just takes that last little effort to be there enough so you get a bit of recovery at some point. Of course, if you don't have the legs, you don't have the legs. It is sometimes as harsh as that, but we've all been there. Good job, Phil. Awesome that a coach can ride with a coach rider. That's what Zwift has given us. Nice uphill. That's probably the worst bit of this whole route, to be honest. It's savage. Awesome, Michael. That's great to hear. Live streaming coming. It's been alright. It's been alright, Ian. Yeah. It's not been easy by any means. There's lots of colour in the graph, as you can see. It's there's a little breakaway just there, but it's funny how the blob is just rattling through it here. So maybe there wasn't any cohesion there in that group. They only just got away, but you know, this blob is still fairly big. Lots of riders. Yeah, any decat races up there? These what? Where it's at? Remember when D's watch was low on numbers, and now it's like oh, there's Zwift Gran Fondo. It doesn't go into the jungle, so what's this route? I'm confused. Can anyone find this route at all? I think he is, Paul. I think he is. Okay, we're not going there. I actually can't find the route. Original ground form route. Ah, wait, I got it. So where are we going now then? Do that. Where are we? 64k. Trouble is I can't find like a decent so roughly 60k. We've got the forward KOM. And it's pretty much flat all the way. Yeah, I just found it. Yeah, good spot, Paul. These are really old Raffacondo GLT Team Edition shorts. I wear them because they're so old that I don't mind like sweating in them a lot on the turbo. And the Bandit Climbers base layer. Whew. Just seen your message, Audrey. We've got someone else who's interested in a Mallorca trip. I might be going to Mallorca in April anyway because there's an event on called Kill the Hill, which is up like a disused like military road right at the top of Pig Major. So if any of you have ridden up there, which you likely have, just after the massive sort of dam reservoir, there's like a military road. It's a dead end road to the top of the mountain. Just before the big tunnel. Best place to describe it. So long, so long, so long, so long. I'm gone. Yeah, Marty and Tommy, you're both on the road though. You're both on the road to better days. Hey, I've just thought of something. So, potentially, you know the Swansea 70.3? I know there's a couple of triathletes in the chat, or runners anyway. So, we have a pretty fast swimmer who said they're interested in doing the relay. Obviously, I said that I wanted to do the relay and do the bike leg. Looking for a fast runner. But whoever that runner is going to have big pressure on them because I'll be coming into T2, hopefully in the lead of the relay. So there's going to be big pressure. Michael's the man, surely. No, Tommy might be doing it. As in the full thing, Michael. He's a proper triathlete. Not like me. Now, Michael, you're in. Get training. I'll pay for your entry. Everyone... Who votes for Michael to do it? There you are, it's unanimous. Nice one, Alan, nice one. It's a lovely, lovely route. Yeah, exactly, Michael. You'll have all the glory if you cross our line. A man from up north takes the win. Caravan of a man. It's a lovely run as well, actually, Michael. It's all the way down to Mumbles. It's on the seafront. Lovely views on your left, and then obviously on your right when you're coming back. It's really nice. Pan flat. At some point in my athletic career, I will have to overcome my inability to swim. I will do it. Just not this year. Big effort required. Soon now, Phil. Got to get up the Watopia forward cairn. Short and sharp. About 2 minutes. Punch. Well, Alan, I don't think it'll be competition because I'll be on a road bike and he'll be on a TT bike. Unless we can get Factor to loan us a time trial bike. maybe Alex Dowsett's old time trial bike. Wouldn't fit me though. I haven't, Josh. Is that on YouTube? I know he does a few short videos on YouTube. You're not busy, Michael. I'm going to DM you later. Fast forward DMing Michael. Like 0 response. Discovery Plus. Cool. This is it, see Phil, this is the recharge period. It's pretty crazy how big the group is, but of course, you know, there's been no, I guess that little mini breakaway was the only part where we've had some danger, but this is potential danger now, this next climb. It's like, is that what the reveal was? I saw No Pins do a little bit of a post yesterday or the day before. I thought it was Dowsett. So, funny enough, I need to sort my skin suit of some kind for this year. So, I'll probably be heading to No Pins and buying one from there. But I gotta call the band of climbers on Monday, Tuesday. So we'll see what the plan is. Because I did have a skin suit with them when I was hill climb champ, but yeah. Trouble is, you know, we have to pull out literally all the stops to be going as fast as we possibly can, and I can't really. I haven't gone quite as far as the wind tunnel test my climbing position yet. Thing is, down here now, Phil, like we've got a fast run into this climb. Like there's 2 options really. You either clip off the front right at the bottom to try and get a 5-second gap, which you then try and basically bank on holding until the second half of the climb, but you risk draining your battery too quickly, and then you're not like in a position to get over the climb in this group, or you just basically try and stay with the group on the climb. So if you watch the speed now, the speed's going to drop considerably. So 43k now, 42, 41. It's still not super slow, but we are hitting a slope now. Hey, thank you for the ride on, Phil, love it. Hope you're recovering well. Nah, speed is fairly high, so. Sack off the attack, Phil. Although someone's going off the front, but see how the peloton reacts. But it's probably worth digging hard on this first section anyway because of how steep it is. You're better off putting yourself near the front and having the sliding room. That's it. Cracking. Because it's from the second corner up that's really painful, so just prepare yourself for that, innit? That's where things start to bite. So far so good, we're alright. Let's go with the reaction. Let's watch what people are doing. 6 watts per kilo. So Kickr now, this is a steep bit. Yes, Phil. Hard bit now. Split him behind. Front group, Phil. Front group. Okay, just stay with the blob. Slipping back is fine. Plug the gap. That's it. So, last bit of that climb. Sometimes if you're confident that nothing's gonna sprint and kick off, you can almost shorten the climb a little bit by 5 seconds by just sliding through the group and catching the back of it. Very risky, but we've reduced the group. Definitely reduced the group there. Only a couple went off, but there's about 20 in this group now. Nice little front group. There's a couple behind, I can see there. A group of 2. They're having to push 5 watts per kilo. Alright. Martin, you can use like best bike split, which, like, if you create a route on Zwift or something, on Strava, or even if you had the Zwift route saved, because it works indoors and outdoors, you can input into the algorithm and play around with like your weight or your rolling resistance or anything. Like, it's a bit complicated, but you should be able to play around with it. There's a lot of stuff in there. 1 kilo though of weight is not like, it wouldn't really matter massively necessarily compared to more power, for example. Depends on the situation, but yeah. Do we actually have a radio tower? It looks like it on the profile. But it looks like on the map it doesn't look like it. That's it, Martin, yeah. I'm a little bit surprised too, Jack, to be honest. Well, it's not been easy, but the Defondo is always an event with, like, you know, mixed abilities, and, you know, often has a hard finish, so, you know, there's a lot of sort of being cautious about what's coming up. Much like the Uber pretzel, yeah. Looking pretty chilled there, Graham. Graham. Phil. 130 beats a minute. I don't know any of the names, Conquer. So, I mean, unless I looked on Zwift Power. I know watching this route feels like it's procrastinating a big time. 100%. That's probably one of the things I don't like about these long ones, is that there's, for the most part, there's often like a big lull. while, like, you know, we wait. But then I suppose, you know, it's good for refueling, things like that, you know. In fact, it's about 10k, isn't it, at the epic, give or take. 8, 9, 10k. Yep. Oh, where are we going now? Gonna be giddy at the end of this. Movies 20 watts per kill for 15 seconds. That's almost double what I could do. Let's get a bit of Enter Sandman on. It's thinning out on its own. We want blood. Chill out. Morning, Josh. 25k to go. You got it, Josh. It's a big one, but you've got it. And as I've written in the notes, just drop intensity. Once it starts to bite, I'm sure you can do the first block. I'm sure you can do it. Just like I did that 90-minute session a couple of weeks ago. Straight through 90 minutes. You just gotta monitor what happens as you go deeper into that second block. Yeah, I can see it, yeah. It's taken 4 or 5 seconds off you already, but it's sitting on 6 watts per kilo. Fair play to him. Must be a deep effort, that one. 2 by 50 minutes, isn't it, Josh? Well, Emma, it's full of climbs, isn't it? How long is it? Is it just one lap or something? See, if I was Phil, now would be a very good time to attack. With the Movistar rider off the back, I think people are slowing up. And it would be interesting to see if anyone would go with it. Even if it was just one rider that went with it. See, Laverack stopped saving for the epic. It's like... Was that a joke or was it real? If it's one lap, Emma, I wouldn't be afraid of, you know, riding hard. You know, you've just got to be mindful about how short the recoveries are of the descent and how hard you go up the climbs. Well, 100% take it easy then, Emma. If you expect it to wipe you out, don't empty your tank so much. You want to be able to be consistent. You want to be able to get back on your bike like tomorrow or Monday or full gas, Scott. What time is your race? On Bell Lap. Have people dropped back to get Movistar Rider on? Can you take the pressure though, Jesse? There he is, Movistar Rider's back. Yeah, it looks like they were waiting for him. Strange. Must have friends. Must have friends in high places. Ah, the Pineapple Torture Fest. 25-minute lead. Yeah, that's over the next relay team. Gives us a good challenge. All the best with Emma. Team tactics, good effort. Ah, so they are on a team. Well, it's not to Spanish riders anyway, so that's probably why. Oh, what a tune. What a tune. Spaghetti Western. Funny how people have told me to attack. Well, yeah, people have said stop waiting for the epic. But I'm happy to attack, but I want like a good effort at the epic. Like, training is testing and testing is training, so, you know, 2 hours and 15 minutes, or 2 hours done now, 15,000 kgs of work, 232 watts normalised. Like, it'd be nice to have a decent, you know, threshold push to the finish, as opposed to trying to do like some flipping hero move. Yes. Yeah, you're probably right there, Lee. This group is still huge, so hey Caleb, I'm good, how are you? Anyone give me a good pump up song? A classic, like, hype song. I'm on YouTube right now, so I can search for it. It's good, as long as you recover from it, Cadell, you'll be flying. I mean, ding, 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 ba, 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 ba. Ding, 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 ding. Get copyrighted now. Ooh, block party. Good shout. Oh, I remember Helicopter, and Flux has just popped up for me. Oh, what a tune. Oh, it's like been like 12 years since I heard this song. Oh, we're gonna be flying up the epic. Not too south. Energy. About town. Do you know when I first hear this song, Block Party, Helicopter by Block Party, was a Colin McRae Do It 2, was it a PlayStation game? Xbox game? I'm not going to search Amazon, Scott. Are you happy for a miracle? I'm going to need a miracle now in a minute. Ooh, Flux Pavilion, yeah. I Can't Stop by Flux Pavilion. Oh, that's next. Better luck next time. Junk food. Younger. Okay. Are you happy for a miracle? What a song. Oh man, these songs are taking me back big time. Oh. I can't stop. Let's go, Phil. The first bit is likely to be solid, as usual. The last push. This is the one now where we're going to capture a lot of data. Live and die by the sword. Both of us now, Phil, we're both going to capture some data here. We're both going to go hard. And we're going to see how we perform deep into an event like this. We learn from it and then we adapt. Ready to fly, or sub focus, yeah. Ooh, there's a vibe in this. Oh, these songs are just like they're the pinnacle of just pumping it, aren't they? Shame the songs are so short. Oh yeah, Need for Speed Underground. In fact, I'm gonna Google that now. Underground soundtrack. That's virtually all I need. Oh yeah. Oh my word. These are hard AF. Oh yeah. No, I think you've got to use this music sparingly, Tommy. It's very angry. I'm nearly finished, so you can come in then. Not yet. Do we do the radio tower? Oh my word. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I think I went a bit hard at the bottom, and I started to pay for it about like where it flattens off through those cobblestones. Like I came off the power a bit just because, you know, when not so much when you're out like that on your own, but you know, you've always got to, during an effort that's long, you've always got to, it's like a constant evaluation of how you feel, especially when you're like 2 hours 15 into an event and you're doing an effort like that. It's even more important to be constantly evaluating, and it's not so much about the power, it's about how you feel. And that's not just hill climbers either, you know, that's time trialists, and it's everybody really. But I had to really be careful after that cobblestone section because I could feel myself just gradually being sucked in and going over that limit. Not limit as in power, that's what I mean, you know, sometimes when you're doing an effort that's really deep into an event, power is sometimes almost irrelevant. But things just started to unravel, and I got like maybe with 3 or 4k to go, I was starting to be a bit oof. So just about had enough to finish strong at the end. Phil Graham, great job as well. Just seen you roll in there. Very solid. Wonder what the TSS is going to be on this. I'll have a quick look before we start rolling down the descent. So that effort was just shy of 20 minutes, wasn't it? That was 18 and a half minute, was it? Something like that for that climb. So I would have done slightly more power for 20 minutes than that. $143. So there we go, we did very little drop off. So where did the effort end? Probably ended about that 350, 18 and a half. So 350 watts for 18 and a half minutes. Well, 63 kilos now. At race weight and everything, that would be 5.9 watts per kilo at race weight. I always do that comparison. Like, I always think about it as like, you know, if I was in peak shape, then that would be that's pretty deep. 5, 6, 7. So that's what, 15 watts give or take off my best on Zwift, and that 377 would have been that would have been a time trial. That would have been a time trial effort, whereas this has obviously come 2.5 hours in, so just shy of 2,000 kilojoules. That would have been about 1500, yeah, about 1,500, 1,600 kilojoules before we hit the final effort. So it's confidence building. Yeah, sweet. Oh, nice one. Well, thank you, everybody. We got there in the end. a little bit of a long time to get there, but we got there. I'm gonna have a nice chill out spin down this descent. Oh, it was tough. Going just there by the bridge. So just before the bridge, started goes up to like quite steep, and then digging over the top of that, and then going through carrying the effort on the bridge. It's where people usually get their rest, or you also like not get their rest, but it's certainly where, like, if you're in a group, you know, you can certainly like roll up it because it's 2 or 3%. But I thought if I capitalize on that bit, because that's the bit that is often the easiest bit, or not the easiest bit, but it's often the faster bit of the climb. The sun is out, well, just as I finished. Yeah, definitely, John. Like, kilojoules is probably one of the like most least talked about form of training, but like you know, like obviously being able to produce power after a certain amount of work, because, you know, kilojoules is the work you're performing. It's almost like TSS is becoming less of a, well, it depends what you're training for, obviously, but like it becomes less of a marker when you're looking at like racing or endurance and then doing an effort at the end. It's certainly something that, you know, they look at Grand Tours or even, you know, Grand Fondos. You know, being able to produce like that now, a 20-minute effort after 3,000 kilojoules of work. If you can produce, you know, say 20 watts or 10 or 20 watts off what you could do fresh, you know, that's a very good sign that you're capable of producing. Now, where you'd start with that is just by doing, you know, a 3-hour endurance ride, 4-hour endurance ride, and then just tagging on one of those, you know, a 15-minute effort at the end, you know, 15-minute effort threshold, or, you know, 20-minute effort threshold. Personally, it's one of my favorite forms of training, because it really does make you feel like you're a professional cyclist. Doesn't matter, you know, it's all relative. Doesn't matter how strong you are. We're all doing the same effort relative to our, you know, threshold, for example. But like, it's something that once you have in your arsenal, it's something that you feel like you can really, you know, if you're out on a group ride with your mates and like you ride for 4 hours, or you're doing a 100-mile ride, and then you come to the last climb, you're like, you know, 10 miles from home, and you like attack just for fun, but like you attack, you know that you've trained for like being able to produce an effort at the end of a ride like that, which is close to like your best ever. So it's about having like the ability, and as Ethan says, like the fueling is even more important. But like if you're doing any sort of duration, you know, and it goes for most riding, but like particularly if you're out on your bike for a long time, and you know, you're burning through a lot of calories. You know, it could be, you know, you could be looking at like, even for an endurance ride, you could be looking at anywhere between like 500 and 800, you know, an hour. And if you think about that then over multiple hours, you know, obviously it's not all created equal, because the harder you go, the more you burn, and depends on what efforts you are doing. Like, you're doing long efforts, doing short efforts. You know, like today, it was different because there's a lot of grey and a lot of blue in there. There are some short efforts, so I am dipping in and out, but I'm certainly like, you know, for example, 1,500 kilojoules and then doing that effort, like that shouldn't be hard, or, you know, in theory it shouldn't be hard. It should be like, you should be capable of, like, when I'm in good, like, top shape, I should be able to be doing, you know, 3,000 kilojoules and then doing that effort we've just done at the end. So that's where like the Uber pretzel is like super cool, because the Uber pretzel is like, you know, it's like a 5-hour effort or a 6-hour effort or whatever. And, you know, not only you're forced to make these efforts throughout it, but then you've got a long section of flat where you can like refuel and get stuff on board if you're catching up and things, which, you know, you try not to. But then up the Alp at the end, yeah, that's horrific. Like, you know, if you're doing a threshold effort for like, you know, whatever it may be, 35, 40, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, maybe even, longer, then that's where the fueling is just unbelievably important, because, it just makes you feel so good. Like there's no sense in when you're doing something that long, or when you're doing an intense effort at the end, there's no sense in not fueling, because there's no excuse. Like, you feel so good when you do fuel to do an effort like that at the end of a big long ride, or big long effort, whatever. It's mind-boggling. So there's a lot of it comes down to training preparation, but a heck of a lot of it comes down to like the nutrition, and being capable then of doing that effort at the end. So and having the energy to do that at the end. So today I drank 2 bottles in 2 hours, with 42 gels, so there'll be 70 grams an hour, and so 2 bottles of mix and 2 gels, so that's 70 grams an hour. And I finished drinking it, and there's a bit left in there. I finished just before the climb, so obviously didn't have to eat and drink on the climb. You shouldn't have to anyway, unless you're absolutely swinging. But that was the plan. Obviously, I had breakfast virtually before I got on. I woke up an hour before this race, and was virtually straight on the bike after an hour. So breakfast was pretty close to it, which is not like ideal, I suppose, but it was what it was. Cool. All right. I'm definitely gonna, as you said there, the 90 grams of carbs an hour. I'm, for everybody who's listening, there's a time and a place. Obviously, like 90 grams an hour doesn't necessarily work for every single ride, but depends on the intensity, depends on the length, everything else. But today, would have been a great day to test or to shoot for 90 grams or higher, just because of that effort at the end. But it's something worth like testing anyway, and then noting down, always making notes on your rides, and then you come back and do the same race maybe in a month's time and do a different fueling strategy and see if it plays any further part. So yeah, don't worry, Michael, I will top it up now. I'm gonna go down the descent. I'll do it off stream so you can check up with me on Strava later. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Actually, I might stay here and then wait till Charlie jumps on, and then she can have 3 kilometers on the descent. Alright, I'll catch you soon, everyone. Thanks for watching. Laters, alligators. Enjoy your weekend.